Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yeah, please work question number 10, which you see on your screen. Question number 10. Write down the question and work it now. Draw a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. You can call it ABCD or PQRS. And the length is given to be 16 centimeters. So mark the length 16. And each of its diagonals is given. Mark that. You can join one diagonal, that's enough. You don't have to show both the diagonals, just join one of the two diagonals, and that is 20. Find its breadth. Yes, got it? Not sure how to do it? Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, all right.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
breadth is 12 centimeter, ma'am.
that is 12. How did you do it?
Using Pythagoras theorem, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. Using Pythagoras theorem. Your answer is right, Danya. 12 centimeters. So you need to draw a rectangle, connect one of its diagonals. You call it ABCD. Call it ABCD. And the length is given to be the length is given to be 16. The length is given to be 16 centimeters. And one of the diagonals, 20. We know in a rectangle, diagonals are equal. And in a rectangle, every angle is a right angle. So in right triangle ABC, by Pythagoras theorem, we have AB square. AB square is equal to What? Sorry, AB square plus BC square is equal to what? AB square plus BC square is equal to?
AC square, ma'am.
Is equal to AC square. This is the result by Pythagoras theorem. AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. So 16 square plus BC square we don't know. Write that as it is. Plus BC square, write it as it is. Plus BC square is equal to AC square. That is 20 square. 20 square. Now you have to solve this. So you'll get 400 minus 256. BC square is equal to 144. 16 square is 256. 20 square is 400. So 400 minus 256, 144. BC square is 144. BC is equal to, not Danya, somebody else say, if BC square is 144, what is BC?
12, ma'am.
No, not like that. See, like if what will be the next step? BC square is equal to 144. What will be the next step?
BC is equal to the square root of 144. Square root of 144, ma'am.
Very good. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yes, you're right. So BC square is equal to 144. BC is equal to the square root of 144. BC is equal to 12. So the breadth is 12 centimeters. Complete it quickly, children, quickly. And for those who finished, question number 3. Question number 3. I hope all of us finished the 10th one. Is it question number 3? Yes, the answer for the third one, children. The perimeter of a parallelogram is 140. One side is longer than the other by 20 centimeters. Find the length side. Yes?
Count the length, ma'am.
No, come again.
Ma'am, I found the length, ma'am, but I have to found the breadth, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Tell me.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
one side is 25 centimeter, other side is 45 centimeter, ma'am.
25 and 45, yeah?
25, 25, 45, 45, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. Correct. Parallelogram, we'll say ABCD. Parallelogram ABCD. One side is longer than the other. Any one side, we know that opposite sides are equal. So one side is longer than the other cannot be opposite sides because opposite sides are equal. So if you take AB and BC, just use AB and BC and read it because opposite sides will be equal. You have to take adjacent sides, only they are different in length. So you can just read using AB and BC. You can read, instead of reading it as if one side, read it as AB is longer than BC by 20 centimeters. So read it like that, you will understand better. Because we know opposite sides are equal. One side is longer than the other by 20 centimeters. So you can read it anyways. You can use the sides AB and BC. AB and BC or AB and AD. So you can just read it like instead of reading it as if one side. Not finding the pointer. 1 minute. Instead of reading if one side, just read it as AB. AB is longer than BC. AB is longer than BC by 20 centimeters. So AB is longer than BC by 20 centimeters. So AB is longer. So that means if BC is X, AB will be X plus 20. Because AB is longer. See, you can assume AB as X and BC as X plus 20 or BC as X and AB as X plus 20 because we don't know which the longer side is. Okay, so according to this, we just have to find the length of the sides of the parallelogram. So you can, if you read it like this, if you use AB and BC, AB is longer, that means than BC. So that means if BC is X, if BC is X, so you must say you should draw a figure like this and mark. You should mark X here and mark X plus 20 here. You must mark X here, or you can also mark X for AB children. You can mark X for AB and write for BC, you can take X plus 20. But for opposite sides, you cannot say let AB be X and DC be X plus 20 because opposite sides are equal. You should consider any two adjacent sides and do this assumption. So if BC, you should simply draw this figure and mark X here and mark X plus 20 here. Now, if this is X plus 20, this is also X plus 20. Opposite sides are equal. This is also X plus 20. And if this is X, this is also X. Opposite sides are equal. Now, X plus 2. Now, what is perimeter? Perimeter. See, now we have done the assumption. Now, next is to create the equation and solve the equation. So we have perimeter is equal to 140. So how do we find the perimeter? AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. That is X plus 20 plus X plus 20 plus X is equal to 140. Why we are adding the lengths of all the sides? Because the length of the boundary, that is the total length of the four sides is equal to the perimeter, which is 140. So when you work that is when you solve for X, you will get the value of X. So X is equal to 25. You will get X is 25. X is 25. See, you should solve it. X will be 25. So this one will be X plus 20 will be 45. So that means AB and CD. AB is equal to CD is equal to 45 centimeters. BC is equal to AD is equal to 25 centimeters. See, some of us will guess the answer. No, steps are important. You should know how to present the answer. Maybe just by using the numbers, you can guess. The difference is 20, you can guess. But what procedure you use to guess, that should be presented in the form of steps. So if you have just guessed the answer, please make sure that you complete working the answer like this in your book. Any questions, children? Understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the answer is x is 30, no, ma'am?
No, x is 25.
Okay, ma'am. I'll check my answer.
See, I'll tell you what you should get. 4x plus 40 is equal to 140.
Yes, ma'am.
4x is equal to 140 minus 40.
Yes, ma'am. I did 4x plus 20 by mistake instead of 40.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ma'am. I'll correct it. Thank you.
Yeah. 4x plus 40 is equal to 140. 4x is equal to 100. 140 minus 40 is 100. X is equal to 100 by 4. X is equal to 25.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I got it.
Yeah, good. Answer the fifth one, children. Find the maximum possible.
120 degrees, ma'am.
Maximum possible exterior angle is 120 degrees. And which one has this?
Triangle, ma'am.
Triangle, ma'am.
Yeah, equilateral triangle. Okay, work the seventh one. 7 and 8.
Ma'am, 104, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
104, ma'am.
Yeah, what are your steps like? What's the formula? What's the
N
formula?
minus 3 by 2 is the formula for finding diagonals, ma'am.
Okay. So 16 into
16 into 16 minus 3 by 2, ma'am.
okay.
Then 16 into 13 by 2 equals to 104, ma'am.
14 8s are correct. 13 into 8
Yes, ma'am.
is 104. Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
104 diagonals. The answer for the seventh one is 104 diagonals. Yeah, question number 8. All of us are there, but all of us are not participating. Anish is there, Devadarshini, Danya is participating, Keetana is there, Madhumita is participating, Raja, Sindhu and Sanjay. Only 3 of you. Only Danya, Madhumita, Raja, and not Raja also, Sindhu and Sanjay. What about the other children? Please share your answer. Raja and Keetana.
Yes, ma'am.
Ethan, are you completing the answers? Are you getting the right answers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what about Raja?
Ma'am, I'm trying to complete, ma'am.
Which one? Which one are you working? What about Devadarshini and Anish?
Ma'am, I'm doing the 5th question, ma'am.
Fifth one, huh? Okay. Anish, what's the formula to find the number of diagonals of a polygon? Okay, I'll tell you the formula. Please work the seventh one and let me know the answer. It is n into n minus 3 by 2. Repeat, Anish.
N into n minus 2.
N into n minus 3
N into n minus 3
by 2.
by 2. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll give you this formula, will give you the number of diagonals of a polygon.
Okay, ma'am.
Repeat the formula, n into
N minus 3 by 9.
by 2.
By 2. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, what does n stand for?
Ma'am, n stands for the angles degree.
No, n stands for the number of sides.
Okay.
Is it given in question number 7? Is it given n, the value of n is it given?
How many? Yes, miss. 16 sides, ma'am.
So how will you substitute in the formula? Tell me, after you substitute for n, how will it look like?
Ma'am, 16 into. Ma'am, will you repeat the formula again, ma'am?
Yeah, n into n minus 3.
N into.
N is
16 into 16 minus 3
by 2.
by 2.
What is 16 minus 3?
Ma'am, 16 minus 3, 13.
Yeah, so it will be 16 into 13 by 2. Should simplify and get the answer. All right, you should get 104.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, do that.
Ma'am completed the 8th one, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am, completed 7th one, ma'am.
Yes, Raja, you got that answer, 104?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is the formula, Raja, to find the number of diagonals?
Ma'am, n into n minus 3, ma'am.
That's all. N into n minus 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Then how do you get 104? You wouldn't have got 104. N into n minus 3
By 2.
by 2. N into n minus 3 by 2.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have a doubt in the 8th one.
Yeah, no, yeah, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss the answer, and then later, if you still have any questions, you can ask me.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I got 104, ma'am.
104. Yeah, good, Kirtana. Yes, number of diagonals is equal to 104. What's the formula, Kirtana?
N into n minus 3 by 2.
Yeah, n into n minus 3 by 2. Yes. Yeah?
Ma'am, completed 8th one, ma'am.
Yeah, good. What are the angles?
Ma'am, angles are 108, 72 and 108 and 72, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see. So for question number, sorry. Question number 8 is again about a parallelogram. Okay, it's given that one angle is 2/3 of its adjacent angle. So if you mark one angle as x, the other angle will be 2/3 of x. See here, if an angle is 2/3 of its adjacent angle, so if the adjacent angle is x, the angle is 2/3 of x. If we consider these two angles, if this angle is x, if the adjacent angle is x, then this angle is 2/3 of x. You can see it here. If an angle of a parallelogram is 2/3 of its adjacent angle, 2/3 of its adjacent angle. So if the adjacent angle is x, see here, 2/3 of its adjacent angle. So if the adjacent angle is x, 2/3 meaning 2/3, of meaning into 2/3, 2/3 meaning 2/3, of meaning into its adjacent angle. Let that be x. Let that adjacent angle be x. Then that one angle is equal to 2/3 of x. So you must say let the adjacent angle. Let the adjacent angle be x. Let the adjacent angle be x. Then that angle, the other angle is equal to, see here, if you read it, if an angle of a parallelogram is 2/3 of its adjacent angle. So let the adjacent angle be x, then that angle is equal to 2/3 of x, 2/3 into x. So that's what you see here. Now what is the equation, children? Those who got the answer don't answer. It's about the angles. We saw one with the perimeter. That was using the sides.
Ma'am, 2/3x plus 2/3x plus x gives 360 degree.
Okay, that's fine. But can we have a simpler equation?
Ma'am, x plus 2/3x is equal to 180 degree, ma'am.
Is equal to 180 degrees. Yes, because what's the reason?
Adjacent sides are supplementary, ma'am.
Adjacent
Adjacent angles are supplementary.
angles are supplementary. In a parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary. In a parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary. So x plus 2/3x is equal to 180. Children, you must know how to solve this by taking the LCM. 2/3x can be written as 2x/3. So x plus 2x/3 is equal to 180. X plus 2x/3 is equal to 180. Common denominator is 3. So we'll get 3x plus 2x. 3x plus 2x is equal to 180. Like this. You must solve this. Cross multiply now. 5x is equal to 540. 3x plus 2x is 5x. 5x is equal to 540. On cross multiplying, 540.
X is equal to 108 degree, ma'am.
Yeah, 540 by 3, sorry, 540 by 5, which is 108. So x is equal to 108. Then the other angle will be 2/3 into 108, which is 72 degrees. The question is to find the smallest angle of the parallelogram. So the smallest angle is 72 degrees. We should always not forget to answer the question. Find the smallest angle. So which is the smallest angle? 108 or 72?
72, ma'am.
72, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Madhumita, now you can ask me.
No, ma'am. At first, I did it like x plus 2 by 3x plus 2 by 3x gives 360 degrees. So I didn't get it correctly, ma'am.
No, you will get it. You should get it.
Now I get this method, ma'am.
No, there you would have got 360 you would have taken, right? What did you get?
360.
Read out.
Ma'am?
360 into 3. So 1080. You should have got 10x is equal to 1080. What did you get?
Ma'am, I don't remember, ma'am.
Okay. You will get it. That is also correct. That equation which you mentioned is also right. You can also do it like that. You will get 10x is equal to 1080. On solving, you will get 10x is equal to 1080. X is equal to 1080 by 10. So x is 108.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, also I have a doubt in the equation for this method, ma'am.
Yeah.
First we get x plus 2x by 3 is 180 degree, ma'am. Then
Yeah.
how do we get 3x in the next step?
LCM, here x is by 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the common denominator is 3.
Yes, ma'am.
But the denominator here is 1.
Okay, ma'am, I get it. So we have to multiply 3 to both the numbers, x and 1.
Yeah. You should multiply the numerator and denominator by 3.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All of you finished this one? Is question number 8 over?
Yes, ma'am.
So you must say let the adjacent angle be x. Then the other angle will be 2 by 3 into x or 2x by 3. And the properties adjacent angles are supplementary. So you should add an equate to 180. X is equal to 108 and 2/3 of x will be 72. The question is the smallest angle of the parallelogram. So it will be 72. it. So 13th one, find the measure of each interior angle of a regular heptagon. Children, I want you to do the 13th one and then the 9th one. Rhombus. Please make a note. Work the 13th one, 1, 3, and then the 9th one. Thirteen and 9. I'll just get back, children. Please try. I'll just get back. Yes, children, answer for the 13th one. What's the formula to find the measure of each interior angle of a regular polygon?
2n minus 4 into 90 by n, ma'am.
N minus 2 by 180 by n, ma'am.
Yeah, they're two different formulae, but both are right. I think one of you said n minus 2 into 180 by n. Correct? Sanjay and Sindhu?
Yes, ma'am.
N minus 2 into 180 by n is correct. And Madhumita said 2n minus 4 into 90 by n. That's also perfect. Okay. So where n is here, what's the value of n? Heptagon. How many sides does a heptagon have?
7 sides.
7 sides, ma'am.
7 sides. Yes, 7 sides. So just put it in the formula. And what's the answer?
128.5571.
571, ma'am.
Okay. All of you got that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes, that's right. So 2n minus 4 into 90 divided by n, or n minus 2 into 180 by n will give us the measure of each interior angle of a regular polygon. So here the polygon has 7 sides, regular heptagon. So 7 sides. All right. You just, in place of n, we have to use 7. And okay. What about the answer for the 9th one, children? Still working the 9th one?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, AC square is equal to 356, ma'am.
Maybe you can try again. I don't want to say anything. Just try again. So you feel you're not getting it right because the number which you got is not a perfect square. Just think again.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Madhumita?
Ma'am, in the 9th question, the figure, I'm not getting it correctly, ma'am. If I do it like A, B, A, I mean, I'm not getting the diagonals and sides correctly, ma'am.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am. I've tried shuffling the orders of A, B, C, and D, but still I'm not getting it right, ma'am.
Okay, we'll just see. We'll see if somebody is able to complete it. Anyone? Okay, no response, no responses. So I assume that nobody's got this right. So see here. So can I mark it A, B, C, D like this? A, B, C, D. Is this correct, children? Is this correct? A, B, C, D?
Yes, ma'am.
You must
Ma'am.
You must go in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. You cannot mark A, B, then C here and D here. No. See, A, go in the clockwise direction. A, B, C, D. Or in the anti-clockwise direction. A, B, C, D, like this. You cannot take out your hand and write A here. This is, excuse me. This is incorrect. What I'm going to do here is incorrect. Sorry, may not look like a rhombus, children, please excuse me. See, you cannot mark A here and then B here. No, we cannot do that. You should mark it in order. You cannot mark A here, B here, C like this and D here. This is incorrect. This is wrong. This is wrong. You cannot mark like this. You have to go in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. So A, B, so A, next vertex B, next one C, next one D, or A, B, C, D. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now fill the values given. Fill in the information. A, B is 10. So this is 10. A, B is 10. Okay. And then BD is 16. BD 16. From here to here is 16. I don't want that full length. I want only this. So this will be 8. If I mark this O, if I mark this one O, I don't want BD. Why do I need BD? Because I'm going to take up the right triangle AOB. I'm going to take up the right triangle AOB. I don't need the length of BD. I want only half of it, BO. So if BD is 16, BO is 8. BD, why do I need BD? I have my triangle here, wherein I need only BO. So BD is 16. So BO will be 16 by 2, 8 centimeters, because the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles. So we have a right angle also here. So in right triangle AOB, by applying Pythagoras theorem, you should find AO. Is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how do you find AC?
Ma'am, first we have to find AO, no, ma'am,
Yeah, then how will we find AC?
and multiply it by 2, ma'am.
Correct. Correct. Do it, all of you. This question, we are doing this one. In a rhombus ABCD, AB is 10, BD is 16, find the length of the diagonal AC. This one we are doing now. Yes, children, what is AO?
Ma'am, AO is 6 centimeter.
Yeah, AO is 6, so AC is equal to
12, ma'am.
12 centimeters. AC is equal to 12 centimeters. I don't know if all of us understood. You should ask me. If you don't understand, please ask me.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you explain me once again, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We'll do it together. See here. Let me mark A, B, C, D in a different way. Let's mark A, B, C, D. Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Then everywhere it's a right angle, no? Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what is given? AB is 10. So can I mark 10 here?
Yes, ma'am.
And BD is 16. Which is BD? This is BD. If BD is 16, how much is BO?
8, ma'am.
8. Now tell me, in right triangle AOB, how do we apply Pythagoras theorem? In right triangle AOB. In right triangle AOB, apply Pythagoras theorem.
AB square plus BO square is equal to AO square, ma'am.
No. That's why you did not get the answer. Which is the hypotenuse? Which is the side opposite of the right angle?
Ma'am, AB.
Ma'am, OB square
Yeah.
plus OA square is equal to AB square.
Yeah, Sindhu and Sanjay, that's where you've gone wrong. See, the side opposite of the right angle is the hypotenuse. You must write that separately. AB squared separately you must write. The side which is opposite of the right angle, square it and write it separately always. Then find the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. OA square plus OB square. Are you following me?
Yes, ma'am.
That is, you must, this is the right angle. The side opposite of the right, which triangle we have taken up? AOB. Triangle is AOB. The side opposite of the right angle is the hypotenuse, which is AB. So AB square it and have it separately. Any side equal. See, on one side you should have AB square alone. That's all. Then on the other side, the remaining two sides, OA and OB, square it and add them. Is this understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So now OA square plus what is OB square? 8 square, right?
Yes, ma'am.
64 is equal to AB square. How much is AB square?
100, ma'am.
100. So now tell me what will be the next step? OA square is equal to?
100 minus 64, ma'am.
Yeah, so OA square is equal to 36. Then what is OA?
6 centimeter, ma'am.
Yeah, square root of 36, which is 6 centimeters. Now OA is 6 centimeters, OA. But we have to find the other diagonal AC. So if OA is 6, if OA is 6,
AC is equal to 12 centimeter, ma'am.
if OA is, if this is 6, this will also be 6. So AC is equal to 12 centimeters. Got that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Completed all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, question number 18. Question number 18. Yes.
Ma'am, angles are 30 and 150 degree, ma'am.
30 and 150, yeah? Yeah, you're right. Correct.
Ma'am, I also got the same answer, ma'am.
Correct. But the question is to find. Now you've answered the question, partly answered the question. But we need to find the number of sides of the polygon. You're right, children. So far, you're right. The angles are 30 degrees and meaning the exterior angle is 30 degrees and the interior angle is 150 degrees. That's right. Go on to find the number of sides of the polygon.
360 by 30 degrees, ma'am.
360 by
30 degrees, ma'am. Was the
30
sides,
degrees.
ma'am.
Very good.
That is the exterior angle, ma'am.
N 360 by
Yeah, ma'am.
the value of each interior angle, exterior angle. 360 by 30. So how many sides?
12 sides, ma'am.
12 sides. Very good. 12 sides. So completed. Let's see how to work this. So it's given that the exterior and interior angle are in the ratio 1:5. So the exterior angle, let the exterior angle be x. Let the exterior angle be x. Then the interior angle will be, therefore the interior is equal to how much?
5x, ma'am.
5x, because the ratio is 1:5. The ratio is 1:5. 1:5. Exterior angle, see here, exterior angle to interior angle. So exterior is one part, is to 1:5 is the ratio. Exterior and then interior. So exterior is x, interior is 5x. We know that the sum of the interior and exterior angle is 180 degrees. Interior angle, that's the equation. Interior angle, the measure of the interior angle plus the measure of the exterior angle is equal to, always it's equal to 180 degrees. Interior angle plus exterior angle. See here, if you take this, don't we work here in this one, will we not say here in this one, 70 is the interior angle, y is the exterior angle. Will we not say 70 plus y is 180? Yes or no? $70 is the interior angle, y is the exterior angle. 70 plus y is equal to 180. Similarly here, 130 is the interior angle, x is the exterior angle. This is a different question, children. I'm just telling you how it is 180. 130 plus x is equal to 180. Interior angle 130 plus the exterior angle x is equal to 180. So you will get x plus 5x. X plus 5x is equal to, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so x plus 5x is equal to 180. 6x is equal to 180. X is equal to 180 by 6. X is 30 degrees. X plus 5x is equal to 180. That's how you start. So 6x is equal to 180. Okay, so you get x is 30. If x is 30, that means exterior angle is 30 degrees. Exterior angle is 30 degrees because x is the exterior angle. X is the exterior angle, that is 30 degrees. So exterior angle is equal to 30 degrees. Number of sides n is equal to find the number of sides, it is n is equal to 360 degrees. 360 degrees by each exterior angle. We've seen all this formula earlier. By each exterior angle. So by 30. By 30. Children, the question is to find the number of sides. So number of sides will be equal to 360 by, you can write number of sides is equal to 360 by each exterior angle. Number of sides is equal to 360, that is fixed. The numerator is fixed, 360 by each exterior angle. So 360 by 30, which is 12. Is that clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, first we do x plus 5x is equal to, see, I've been, but nobody responded when I said this. Do we all understand 120 plus z is 180 because interior angle plus exterior angle is equal to 180. Yes or no, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, that's the first part. Interior angle plus exterior angle is equal to 180, not 360, 180. From that you will get x, which is the exterior angle. Then 360 by each exterior angle will give us the number of sides. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Just 1 minute. Stay back, children.